Once upon a time, in a peaceful neighborhood in Montana, lived a man named Elliot. He was a kind-hearted father with big dreams for his little family. Today was Toby's first birthday, a day Elliot had been waiting for, but things didn't feel right. Walking through town, his mind was full of worries. A year ago, he and his wife had planned a huge animal-themed party for their baby boy. But life didn't go as planned. Financial struggles had turned their dreams upside down. The last few months had been hard on the family. Elliot knew the big party wasn't possible anymore, but he wanted to make Toby's birthday special. He had an idea: a dog. People often said that pets brought joy like nothing else. Toby had faced challenges since birth. He was born with a damaged spine, leaving him unable to walk. Doctors said he might never take a step, but Elliot refused to lose hope. Elliot believed a dog could be more than a pet. It could be Toby's friend, a companion to cheer him up, and maybe even help in ways no one could imagine. This gift wasn't just a dog, it was a symbol of hope for his little boy. Walking into the local animal shelter, Elliot was greeted by the happy sounds of dogs wagging their tails and barking excitedly for his attention. Among them, one little dog stood out, an English toy terrier. Its curious, shining eyes seemed to look straight into his heart. Elliot had read that this breed was loyal, playful, and gentle, a perfect companion for Toby. It felt like a sign. Without a second thought, he knew this was the one. As Elliot filled out the adoption paperwork, memories of Toby's birth flooded his mind. It had been a difficult delivery, and when he finally heard Toby cry, Elliot felt an overwhelming wave of relief. But the joy was short-lived. Toby was rushed away for emergency care, and the doctors soon delivered devastating news. The birth complications had caused serious damage to Toby's spine, leaving him unable to move his legs. Elliot's heart broke, but he promised himself that he would do everything possible to give his son the best life. Life at home was tough. His wife struggled with postpartum depression, blaming herself for what happened to Toby. She withdrew from everything, leaving Elliot to handle the medical bills, therapy appointments, and care for their son. Still, Elliot held on to hope. He believed the little terrier could bring the joy and comfort they all needed, lifting their spirits in ways nothing else could. Elliot drove home, the little dog sitting beside him with a small bow tied around its neck to mark the special day. He stopped by a bakery to pick up a cake, hoping to make Toby's first birthday brighter. As he walked through the door with the dog and cake, his wife's reaction wasn't what he expected. "Seriously," she said, frowning. "Now I have to take care of a baby and a dog?" Elliot's heart sank, but he stayed calm. He explained his plan carefully. "The housekeeper will help with the dog, and I'll take care of the evening walks," he promised. The dog will be Toby's friend, someone to make him smile and keep him company. His wife sighed, but didn't say more. Elliot gently took Toby out of his crib and brought him to meet his new companion. The little dog barked softly and wagged its tail as it slowly approached the baby. Toby's face lit up with happiness, and his tiny hands reached out to touch the dog. In that moment, something changed. For the first time in weeks, Elliot's wife smiled, watching her son bond with his new friend. In the days that followed, the dog, now named Knox, quickly became Toby's best friend. Knox was gentle and patient, always staying close to Toby, wagging his tail to make him smile. Toby, who had once been quiet and withdrawn, started laughing and babbling more. Elliot's wife, who had been unsure at first, began to notice the changes. Slowly, she started taking better care of herself and bonding more with Toby. Knox seemed to understand Toby's limitations. When it was time to play, he would wait patiently for Toby to catch up, encouraging him to move. With time, Toby's physical therapy showed real progress. He could sit up by himself and even scoot across the floor after Knox. The house, once filled with silence and worry, now echoed with laughter and hope. Months passed, and Toby's determination grew stronger each day. One afternoon, as Elliot worked in his office, his wife called him, her voice filled with excitement. "You need to come home now," she said. Elliot rushed to the living room and saw something he had never imagined. Toby was standing, holding onto Knox for support. Tears filled Elliot's eyes as he watched his little boy take shaky steps toward his mother, with Knox right by his side, steadying him every step of the way. From that day on, Toby's progress was nothing short of amazing. His doctor even called it a miracle. The little boy, who doctors once said might never walk, was now running after his dog. Knox had become more than just a pet. He was Toby's best friend and his biggest motivator. The dog had brought healing, joy, and hope to their family in ways Elliot never expected. One morning, as Toby and Knox played together, the dog started barking in a way Elliot had never heard before. Curious, he followed Knox to the living room. There he saw Toby standing up on his own, happily playing with his toys. Elliot's heart raced and tears filled his eyes. He quickly called for his wife, who rushed in and couldn't believe her eyes either. They were both overwhelmed with emotion. As Toby grew older, his bond with Knox only grew stronger. The dog was always there, comforting him during doctor visits and cheering him on during therapy. Toby's strength and resilience grew, inspired by the love and loyalty of his little dog. By the time Toby was 5, he was running around the yard with Knox chasing after him, their laughter filling the air. Elliot often reflected on how one small decision had changed everything for their family. Knox wasn't just a pet, he was a source of strength and hope. He had brought their family closer together, helping to heal wounds they never thought could be healed. Elliot's wife, who had struggled with her own feelings, found a new purpose. She became an advocate for other families facing the same challenges, starting a support group to share their story and inspire others who felt lost or hopeless. One day, while cleaning out the attic, Elliot found the bow Knox had worn when they first brought him home. He held it in his hands and felt a deep sense of gratitude. Knox had done more than just change Toby's life. He had reminded Elliot of the power of love and the importance of never giving up, no matter how tough things got. That little dog had taught them all to cherish every single moment and to always keep fighting, even when things seemed impossible. Years later, as Toby was getting ready to leave for college, Knox, now a senior dog, was still there by his side. Toby's journey had been incredible. He had grown from a fragile baby into a strong, confident young man, and Knox had been with him through it all. On the day Toby was leaving, he knelt down and hugged Knox tightly. "Thank you, buddy," he whispered. "I couldn't have done it without you." Elliot watched them and felt an overwhelming sense of pride. Their family's story was one of triumph over hardship, and it all started with a little terrier with a big heart. Knox had given them more than they ever expected, a life full of hope, laughter, and love. No matter what came next, they would face it together. That's all for today. If you found this story moving, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more heartwarming animal tales here on the Animal World. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Vid safe, no matter the danger.